The Waterman, a directorial debut from actor David Oyelowo about a boy who sets out on a quest to save his ill mother by searching for a mythic figure said to have magical healing powers. And this film has something of a star-studded cast including Rosario Dawson, Alfred Molina and David Oyelowo himself amongst the cast. And straight away when I saw the trailer for this movie I was very intrigued because it looked like an interesting project. In the trailer you can see the use of animated stuff and live action stuff and it's combined really well within the movie. The movie has an interesting look to it, it's stylized in places and looks really good, but it has its downfalls. Of course, the biggest downfall is when you realize it's not actually a sequel to The Waterboy.
My name is Bobby Boucher, and I am inquiring as to whether you have the need for an experienced water boy on your upcoming season.
So disappointed. But my main actual disappointment with this movie was that it struggled to keep my attention all the way through. In fact, in the first 30 minutes, I picked up my phone probably more than I have in any other movie in recent times. The movie just wasn't keeping my attention enough. And also, I paused the movie at one stage just to see how long it had gone by because it felt like about an hour had gone by and it had only been 35 minutes, an indication of poor pacing. But first-time director, kind of makes sense that his pacing might be a little bit off. I'm sure his next movie will be better paced. The story is kind of interesting. There's a kid, his mother is unwell, his father is stressed and kind of takes out with the kid sometimes. He doesn't beat him or anything, he's just kind of a dick to him. So the kid who's moved to this new town hears about this legend of the Waterman, a man who supposedly was killed in a flood alongside his wife, but he survived because of this stone he found. That's the basics of it. And he searches for his wife, trying to bring her back to life. But the Waterman is supposedly magical and has this magical healing power. So the kid sets out to find the Waterman to try save his mother. A noble quest to be sure. And the kid finds a friend in this new city. They go looking together. She says she knows where the Waterman is, so he brings her along and they end up finding themselves in trouble. Two kids hiking through a forest. There's a forest fire then just to add some drama and David Oyelowo has to go try find his son and save him from this fire. On their journey through the forest, the kids encounter some weird things, like they see snow in the forest, or at least one of them does. They wake up in the middle of the night and their cave they're sleeping in is covered in beetles. It's kind of weird. Not the Beatles, that would be strange if you woke up and like Paul McCartney's just sitting there. That would be kind of weird, especially in the forest. But other than that, other than these minor inconveniences and strange things, the kids don't have too many obstacles in getting to their end goal. I've been trying so hard not to give any spoilers so far, just in case anyone hasn't seen it, but now I need to talk about the ending. So if you haven't seen the movie, click off the video, go check out the movie for yourself, check out that ending for yourself, and come back and let me know your thoughts on the ending. So I'm gonna give you a second. I'm assuming anybody watching on from this point has seen The Waterman, or just doesn't care about the ending. So the ending happens, the kid finds the Waterman, and then it turns out it's all an illusion. But it was kind of obvious that it was because the Waterman was so over the top, animated. He's got this magic in a world that clearly didn't have magic. There was no other conclusion than the kid was imagining it. And that's exactly what happened. Now, it was hard to tell whether the kid was just high from all the fumes around him from the forest fire, or maybe he was doing edibles, who knows. But ultimately, at the end, the father saves the son, brings them back. The other girl, they reveal, had an abusive father, so that's why she was living on her own in this abandoned place. So they get her into care. And then it's kind of all happy families, but at the same time, they're like, the mother's gonna die anyway. So the mission was a failure. The story was to nothing. And the ending was literally, there's nothing to chase. So overall, the movie's a road to nothing. The characters themselves don't even really have much of an arc. They don't grow too much. Not too much happens. The pacing isn't fantastic. And I found myself at various points throughout this movie just having to force myself back to attention. Now, some of the movie was interesting, some of the stylizing it was interesting. The kid's writing his own graphic novel and he says he's given up on it because he can't figure out the ending. That seems to be very telling for this movie, that the writer got to a point and was like, how do I end this? Well, I'll just end it. We won't necessarily do anything, it'll just end. It's the first one in a while that I've seen where they start out with this quest and then they go, actually, it doesn't really matter. So now it comes down to the rating. What would I rate The Waterman? And you probably won't be surprised to find it's going to be low. I'm going to be generous and give it a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend wasting your time on it, but maybe someone out there will find something within it. As I say, it's got a good cast, it looks interesting. If you like movies that ultimately go nowhere, you might enjoy this movie. But if you've seen The Waterman, I want to know your opinions in that comment section below. Maybe I think I'm wrong, and if you do, let me know all about it. With all that being said and done, thank you so much for watching.